麦克风会不会收到这里音乐？调一下。应该是还好。亮度暗一点。好啊，又是没有玩过的新游戏啊！直选角色不善交际，知晓有趣事实。极度不稳定，肉体派。体格舞，伸手式，没有脑子。心智是什么意思？影响自己的他人能力。体格式，伸手2，不可以443或者4422。斜看，极佳。平路，对4422，也可以3333。普通人体质，随机决定，哇，可以到6啊！天赋异禀，鹤立。那我要当一个低智商笨蛋。低智商笨蛋，我看一下这个什么。它这个也会有音乐选项。格斗好手这样会不会很笨啊？完蛋！聪明派，伸手式，直立，身手很好，平弱体质，影响自己和他人做出的决定，博学多闻。手眼协调，内陆帝国，感觉起来这个应该超好笑的。身手超好，会怎么样？可以把事情搞定。脑子派，干好，决定了，就做一个超级笨蛋好了。这样嘞，一样，超级笨蛋。好了，就决定了。 手绝活。思维逻辑，记忆在精通机械。哎呦，铜皮铁骨，坚韧不拔。可乐库，疑神疑鬼，循循善诱，心心相印。见为支柱。如果我可以见为支柱的话，那我会。超级阿萨斯，反应快速，五感发达，注重一切细节。而我注重超多细节，但是我是一个笨蛋。shit， 通勤啊！哇，我点这个我就是个 punishment 承受沉重的打击，手眼协调，千法的发明。好当一个惩罚者。其实他美术好漂亮，手眼协调，超800设定绝活。这边7耶。所以说如果我是绝活的话，这边就会加1，对不对？原来如此。如果这个的话，我就是可以。原来如此，那这边就不用设定了。争强好斗，循循善诱，内陆帝国，意志镇定，故弄玄虚，标新立异，见为支柱。我要当一个惩罚者，我要，OK， 当一个 punishment。复仇女神就在家中境内，便是他们的住所。澄清那个湖面总是澄清，那个空气。
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Do you really? I wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, chef?
我不在乎，我是白痴，我是一个勇
Somewhere
敢
in
的
the
白
saw
痴。
bloated man meet around you. A sensation.
种感
Like a
觉，
fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again.
啊，没
It
有，没有，
wants to walk the
可以让他给
desert,
我多痛一点吗？我超壮的
hurting, longing, dancing to disco music. The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open.
哇，把鸡背进去。美术风格好强烈，赞。43年入境。清空。低腰喇叭裤 ，shit， 好帅啊！
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped hot water sprays from the base, and suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Behold.
哇，我笑得好爽啊！
You have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Please stop.
干我当然是
It's
超级
horrible.
巨星啊！
You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face,
没看我
and
笑
now
得
it
这么快
won't
乐
come
吗
off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive, for now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place, somewhere in the... It's too late. like an image on film.
哦干，他妈那点数要平衡靠背。
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan. The other, you swoop up and catch the tie. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact.
坚韧不拔。
Little black spots dance on your retinas. The lights are off again.
干，身强体壮还是有好处的。谢谢。快一点啊！可以互动，一定是我干过的。
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever a fine web of scarring covers them, more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. The single green shoe you found. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other. The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl.
后面直接可以摸东西了。啊？靠背啊，我没钥匙。那好像。那要解谜了，不知道。好了，找回那只血。
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
哦，好啦，我笑得很开心，我是好事。
The fan is spinning. The blades come squeaking to a halt. The window stands broken. The morning light hurts your eyes. The morning light hurt. The morning light. You hear a jingle. Keys are clink. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
没有办法继续聊哦。
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. Okay, cool. I won't. Okay.
Whoa. Something wants to come out of you. A bit of vomit. Thankfully, you keep it down, because your body does not control you.
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, as you put it. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. No, you see, that's not what you said. You said, come on, man, pretty please. One more time. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Okay, that's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit. I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. What it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
哇，没办法跟他来一发，早知道自己点高了。
And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. The living shit. Your mesolimbic. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now, but find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses. The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still no answer. Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
疑神疑鬼，我的技能有哪些啊？操！疑神疑鬼在哪里啊？哦，赌性本能。 哦，
That felt good. Everyone is a whore. Now punch a hole in the door. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits still, nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it. That felt good. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole.
妈的低能仔、欸，气死我了！下楼下楼。这是哪里啊？哦，点开呢。哇，我要去唱歌，我要去唱歌。 没办法唱歌吗？我好像没办法唱歌，干。
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul, utterly, and through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for it? Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for its prominent jaw?
完成15，所以我任务里面有什么？唱卡拉 OK， 熟记歌曲，最好是傍晚。干，那有什么问题？
A man in his late 20s stands behind. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and looks like the bird was ripped off the shield. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua, Stair Koari's Skua."
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the boss.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar. She just, you know. No, I'm not.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like...
No,
He's very animated.
that period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bar. I have 3 cafeterias. She just...
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. As you approach, he narrows his eye on the sleeve of his bomber jacket as well as on its back. are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Sure. But did you take it down from the tree? So, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You...
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need...
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
92%.
You fumble with the spring-loaded gate of the carabiner, but to no avail. The dangling items refuse to come loose. They just jingle in an ever louder manner, like fucking sleigh bells. What are you doing? You're...
Stop finger-fucking him, officer! I'm responsible for these oafs and their stuff. Even Sleepy there. Fine, fine. Finger-bang him then. I don't care.
To be honest, he's correct. Police have...
It was just an idea. Come on, relax, everyone. You gently shake his shoulder. The man with the unimpressed...
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Fantastic.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is...
But you still know your way around, yes? In case...
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective. I have everything. You?
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? She went away because none of your business. Oh my God, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy?
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard. The prey drive says.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Do I have to answer?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression unreadable.
What are you, an idiot? I told you I have...
He ignores you.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Cool.
As you blow this joint, behind you, a whiny voice.
Real mature, man. Real mature.
走回来，带上铁锹看看，那有什么问题？我的鞋。
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you have cop habit. You look at everything. An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. All you hear is static, but no one answers.
Yes?
No response. He just arches his brow. A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch.
What do you want to know? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. No, it's not a particularly mysterious...
The lieutenant adjusts his collar. It doesn't look like he wants the case to be more mysterious.
Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. I don't speak a word of Seolite, and I've never met either. No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. What? Thing?
The lieutenant produces. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
That's correct.
That makes him a binoclad. Completely uncopped material.
Are they? They're mostly just cumbersome. Good. Let's change the subject. What do you want to know? Good.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. What do you think you are? A super detective? There are several footprints in...
Kuno's got this.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy Kuno!
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy... drugs. The...
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Fuck no! Kuno doesn't...
Fast. This kid has got street smarts.
The fuck are you talking?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
We shouldn't do anything. I don't... You will see.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
干他妈的死小孩！
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
干心啊！
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't... Shitload, pig.
Don't tell the pig!
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Probably climbed. Kuno was... You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis. And you don't need to... Probably climbed. You heard... I don't know. Mesk or... Yeah. Kuno didn't smoke him if that's what you mean. Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for.
He could have just said he doesn't know.
Kuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty Kuno.
You're testing Kuno.
Get lost.
The fuck about it? You're
Get lost.
Kuno's Kuno pig?
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Yeah, think about it. Think about that rabid Kuno shit.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Everybody!
Escalate, Kuno!
Pigs in here in Kuno! Somebody, please!
Nip it in the bud before it gets completely out of hand. Right on his cheek. Just a light tap to scare him a little. It won't kill him. Thump. The blow connects surprisingly well. Kuno feels it. This was no light tap.
What?
Officer, this is very far.
Okay, pig. Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give.
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only
Okay, pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want? You're dreaming, pig.
a little. But don't expect anything to change.
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno! Fuck his fat ass!
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Get your snout out of Kuno's ass. Kuno knows how hard Kuno. You should give up, Popo.
You okay, Kuno?
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure.
The fuck about it? Your test.
Get lost!
Yeah? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to. Looks like it's time for me to.
She means it. The fear is real.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. What's this kid shit?
Get the fuck out of it!
So it's a girl.
I'll die before I squeal. I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to.
Don't be chump.
你很屌是不是？
Fuck does Kuno care?
What's going on? Is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push.
Trying to fuck at the
Kuno gonna.
Normal is not what we got here.
Kuno doesn't. Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't.
corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostril.
Active decay. It's okay to throw it.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
The smell is repulsive. Too late. It's impossible until a pool of the smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and...
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. There is freight nearby, east of the hostel. There's a greenhouse here.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers...
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. There are several footprints in the mud. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid, just a trash container. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Real mature, man.
Damn, your feet thought we got away.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Because I know you can't pay for them. Not now. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. That's 100 square. Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. They come here in the evening.
We should find out who this Lord faction is. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. No, you don't. Fucker. Lay off the swear words. They don't make... Besides, the RCM doesn't do search warrants.
You do realize you can just go into the kitchen at 1300 hours. No need for superstar charm or Sambo-style antics here. Sambo is an acronym for Samoan boxing, graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. Just letting you know.
What?
By the way, you should...
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too.
I thought as much.
Well, yes. Us and the garbage...
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around.
The place looks the part. There's graffitio everywhere and the traffic jam behind you.
Of course. What can I help you with? Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache. Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. Okay. Since the street sign's messed up? Okay, there's the pier, the
Pier? Buildings? Apartments?
the harbor gates, some kind of commotion at the harbor gates, some shops and a bridge, just coast.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers.
Anything else? It's just water. No, actually, some shops, just coast.
Rows of stalls.
I don't know. The abandoned kind? No problem.
She's very well composed.
Of course. I won't.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
She must be very diligent about the glove use, because her hands are clean and delicate.
Welcome to Rivachol.
This man looks like trouble. You might not want to get into this right now. Plenty of time later.
多少钱？
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying, up on Marvel Hill, a great...
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you... That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching our syrupy... Oh, excuse me. Do you have something... There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Good, they're balanced, comfy. The worker is in a deep slumber. The worker continues to nap, undisturbed.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scattered. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but...
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
要钱哦，也太好笑了吧。
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about you.
You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you.
Oh, I'm sure you would make a wonderful gigolo, dear.
She's not really lusting after those biceps, man. It's more like an appraisal you give to a healthy specimen.
You must be joking.
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage.
Interesting idea. This Everard sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single...
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in Bass River. You could totally sell this pin for cash.
You're quite welcome, dear. I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket. Oh, thank you, dear. I confess I am glad.
Even the lieutenant seems happy with...
Now, what else, sweetie? Whatever do you mean? Ah, yes. Probably roll with me, but whatever do you mean? Oh, no. I haven't smoked in years. Quitting smoking.
What are you talking about? Smoking is one of the last remaining pleasures of this world. Trust me, there's not much out there for you.
I know it's not easy, sweetie, but keep thinking about it. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. You know where we are, right? Now. We are live in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags. And how would I even begin to tell you? Revachol, I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should...
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you then.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Actually, we are not. You could say that about almost any other Oh, sweetie. It's really not. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the... Oh, dear. This is troubling. But we should stop for today, sweet.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. It has something to do with everything. You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It does...
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, someone more educated in sweeping, Matt.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe?
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic. That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway. Of course, dear.
Before you stands a motorcade. Vapor emanates from the light. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio, a scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer slides out from...
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
It's robust, weatherproof, and lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pry bar feels cold and heavy, like truth. You feel like useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are locked. You can do good work. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering wheel. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in Rags." This trash container is locked. The slide with a well-oiled. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk? You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Among the threadbare, as the legs of the... Are these the victim's clothes? The smell is not nearly as bad as the cadaver. These clothes could not have been in contact with the...
Cadaverine odor is faint. If this be... Drop them in here, officer. Yes, I think the clothes were taken off to guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from...
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lead was...
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that?
See?
The lieutenant nods. It's just organic. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clip, not just any man's. This dense curse...
Officer, is that your paperwork? There's a lot of it, too. And you've got an autopsy form in there, in the back. That light pink copy paper. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to...
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man, only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we...
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it clean? It's a metaphor for you. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the paper stick. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. Looks like an official mark, made to be loathed.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. Any capable light with the right wavelength. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermark.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
It depends, aside from an anti-counterfeiting. Okay.
While a bunch of sodden they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, case files, work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate. What do you mean? Is that all? Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on them. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features You like this grimy murdering. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up, it's inornate, nearly written in a rush, in pain. Your hand cramps up merely looking at the scribbles drawn, as by some magnet, to the red checkered margins. Fast, but wearing out, nearly gone. Sometimes he forgets to keep the pen on the paper as he moves his hand, and the lines vanish from underneath. The notebook is annual. It says 51 on, judging by the creases on your forehead and the lines on your cheeks. Too much more. Going back years, decades even, there is, for precisely one more. 15 pages next. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen. Inspect the interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels things to be done and things already done.
No, actually. Any ideas? Okay. It's a good name, but it has something more concrete, perhaps? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41. Then, date of initialization. Why, yes, your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. Yeah, no. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from. In the back, you see thin, then rip them from the binder. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. A dozen pages of thin color of the irises, predation marks, condition of a monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250. These are quite sinister in turn. They give it all in a print so small it could. Yes, all that remains now. The rest of the stinking set, the acidic stench of rotting, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discrete, which you're not sure you smelled this one yet, or worse. It's just a racist mug. What's there to oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? But it was in. It's the letter you found in the trash. It's just a race, but.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't fuck does Kuno care? Yeah, like a
You were lucky you didn't die there.
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for. What are you? Like 80, right? Maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a yeah, like a
You were lucky you didn't die there.
oh what? You'll fucking vomit on Kuno too? Kuno doesn't
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
All right. Ready? I turn.
The dashboard lights up, like a leopard waking from it. The lights unfold with.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp.
There she is.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3. The first row has 18 dots. Not bad for what? You don't even know what. The next is the longest. It runs all. There are so many, it's hard to count. The last row has 3. As you look at them, you feel your index finger reflexively contract 3 times. And something you'll do again before this is all over. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the.
Let me see. Right here. No, it does not. Those are perforations. They represent your record as an.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Yes, That does seem quite likely. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number. Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
You know the answer already. The tingle in your index finger.
That's right. How did you know? Ah, right. Sometimes the brain for an RCM officer, especially precinct 4, there are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Yes.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. So cool. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen, Salam Rocky Baye. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you.
笑死我！好幸福，好酷哦！
Hunter and a gatherer, feel like a traveler from another planet. Hey there. You sure are, my man. From another planet. It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries. And their sad, despondent chauffeur. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Huh? The bosses, man. Makes sense. It sucks is what it does. It's like, whatever's going on.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man.
Oh.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus, you...
The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother. Yes, but do continue. You're...
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. Us lorry drivers, Camionneurs, you still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep.
Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse.
Hey, isn't he like smoking right now? The smell is in the air.
Okay, but this is my last one, and it's a bad habit. You should quit.
Are you sure you don't already have lung cancer?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The boss, this rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Loran Bird somehow.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
You really are the law, aren't you? I get that being blunt.
Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct.
Don't be a stranger.
Yes? What about me? No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you...
That's correct.
That makes him a Beano-clad, completely uncut material.
Are they? Good.
Old monument, a silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd something with great kinetic energies.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the... What did he do? High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious. The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is no response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to...
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Yes?
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Ha! Couldn't handle us. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful. Might be time. Don't let the fat bastard. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Maybe you should ask them the question. We have families to.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women with rights. We came here to help the harbor run.
I have a question. Why do all these men...
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy. We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to buck. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let any bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. Like civilized folk, you mean?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went.
No! They will give up eventually. We were promised work. We'd be in the main gate's locked. And I don't mean the scrawny mess. Why don't you go arrest them instead?
It would be better for the neighborhood.
No! They will give. When a bunch of ungrateful beats me.
When the man moves around, you perceive there's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks... His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls held up by a belt. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
What's it to you? No, don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. What's it to you? Big mess, caused by Union. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs. Worked at Territorial. We're done here. I have a strike to break. Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you! Things are busy enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these... Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us.
Why not? I see numerous reasons.
Pity.
Scott?
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if they... No, I said scab. I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the wild north? Come to see the strife? Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though. Nothing to worry about really. The jams, I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs. Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier. My friend, I respect the right to roam. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a I walk right past Measurehead, and yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible. Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy is, sure. You know, serious business.
Feels like he's hinting at something, but you're too hungover or dumb to understand right now.
Nobody betrays your degenerate.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat.
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. Jerking motions. Signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far the Occidental... You gave the world eugenics, electricité, and power. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit, you will be...
It is, babe.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the hub.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ru.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip into him with a punch and catch him off guard. He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your protect.
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from the rock and roll. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural. What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting into...
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederast. I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron.
Yeah, I mean...
Yes, it would seem nonsensical.
Type B are the unheroic races. Amorphous non... To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you... Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned. The Koiko, the countless Revacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial. Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun of a receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and the other large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have an overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into, as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Areopagites are sleek, long. The latter is perfect. Types, CF, are a museum of failed chimeric. Lesser races like the Mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a Mesk woman and a Seminese. The Mosquito is born sterile. Then there is the Semino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish? The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. This will never happen.
Your eyes bounce to the young woman at his side, twirling her hair. It is light brownish and eyes are a random color.
The heart that pumps the hemoglobin is mysterious, and so is its dark will. Enough of these personal matters. Have you been educated? You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You need to internalize. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss. Racists are generally not very...
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid. You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal. And your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all...
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
That is understandable. The previous racist was...
These cops are just jealous, Jean-Luc.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
How did this happen? Your little...
You must be out.
The crackle of bones. Inside. Your fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple. Pain.
The words to the song have changed. Say,
Your hand twists in his grip.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organic.
界限重置，我弄死你！
The unpromising race pupil returns.
How did this happen? The crackle of bones. Inside. You can hear it.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
How did...
The unpromising race pupil returns.
How did...
The unpromising raised pupil returns.
已经快一半嘞。
How?
怎么可能？怎么可能打不赢？太夸张了！我捶你的脸一拳就好，一拳就好。
The unpromising raised pupil returns. The unpromising raised pupil returns.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight in. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on him. Now's the time for a spin kick. He expects the 1-2, not the 1-360. No, don't be a fucking ballerina. Rip into him. Right hook. Get intimate with him. Bring the hurt closer.
360度回旋踢。
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button. As you slam your fist on the button, the man
Looks like you're the new measure.
No one is the new measurehead.
The unpromising raised pupil returns.
Just like that, the man, all you hear. Now's the time for. No, don't be a fucking.
漂亮的诱惑。
Oh God, wrong move.
Say it.
Take the pain, goddammit. At least take.
操，所以说要。360度回旋踢，这是重点。
The unpromising raised pupil returns. The unpromising raised pupil returns.
How?
The unpromising raised pupil returns. The unpromising race 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 pupil returns.
Just like that, the man is reeling. All you. Now's the time for it. No, don't. The man lands with a dull. As you slam your fist on the button.
Looks like you're the new measure.
No one.
It'll take a few moments.
不要先上楼，先不要上楼，先在楼下，让我搜刮一下。fuck。
On second glance,
It's unfortunate for the Union to just...
the drawer opens with hundreds of documents and the same material. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percent. The drawer slide. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Look how blurry all the lines are. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Look how blurry. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Look how blurry all... The file cabinet stands steady as... Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. It appears to be, remember, Leo, Everard, all items on the list have been crossed out.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union.
What is so special about... Remember, Leo, all items on the drawer slide. An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change." This is the night watchman's, but listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breath.
If you must. But please hurry. We are...
Nothing looks like the inhabitant is right. It's a black and white photo.
Why did you take that? Fine. But let's move. Control panel with marsh on. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
With the harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. Moving this...
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit.
Before you stands a cargo container.
You do? Because there are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to interact with containers.
You attempt to your left. The lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. You're back before the cargo container. Why are... You're back before the cargo container. Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because what wasn't an option?
You're back before the cargo container. Why are you even... You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. Why are you even... You're back before the cargo container. Despite the dirt that surrounds it, the door stands.
Satisfied?
Try again. Just like that, you hear it.
Ahoy! Come on in!
You can't be serious. Yes?
The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about the feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review. Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter. Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about in the general stillness. Only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
Welcome. Come in. Make yourself at home.
You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he's...
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen? Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. Anyhow, my name is Rustam Theodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net.
Mr. Theodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM.
Pleasure to meet you. Though I'm sorry to hear that a good public servant like yourself is enthralled to the drink. A man can't serve two masters, in my experience. Why go so? Welcome back,
Could you please stop asking people for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
It's perfectly alright. Based on your, as you may know, us high net worth individuals don't have a lot of cash. Here is 3 real. How much can you get for this? That's the idea, my friend. Maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound? Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do?
If business planning.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
If business planning were really your strong suit.
别嘴炮，他妈！我要钱呢。
Welcome back, gentlemen.
If business plan.
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
If business planning were really your.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
If business planning were real.
Welcome back, gentlemen. What?
If business planning were really your strong.
He should what?
The volunteer police force. Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I...
If business plan.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
If business planning were.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
If business planning.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
If business planning were really your.
妈，你给我注意一点。
back, gentlemen.
If business planning were
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning were really
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning were
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning were really your
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning were
Welcome back,
Oh Lord, not this again. Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet it never...
It's quite alright. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not.
and blow.
Go right ahead.
If business plan
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning were real
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do?
if business
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning
Welcome. Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning were
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
if business plan
gentlemen.
If business planning were
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business plan
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning were
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
if business planning
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business plan
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Oh Lord, we have a and yet it never.
All I did,
and blow.
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, precisely. You know, I hear people talk sometimes a nightmare scenario. Where we are right now, it is truly. It's
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in
traveling. This is a great. By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly? Herschel. I remember walking. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of smart, you know, it also provides a means to hide from luxury yachts, high-fidelity portable radio systems, what? No, I did not say that at all.
If business planning were really your strong suit, you
Welcome back, gentlemen.
If business planning were
back, gentlemen.
If business planning were
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I...
if business planning were
再13分钟，没有就休息了。
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business plan
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business planning were real
Welcome back, gentlemen.
deploying high concept buzzword generator, all systems functional, ready to engage in 3, 2, 1. It's time to disrupt the future. You've got to stay lean, innovative, and focus on what matters most. The children.
A youth center, huh? What kind of youth center?
A place to train buff kids. Come on, tell him what he wants to hear.
Brilliant. Without children, who'll be there to buy stuff in the future? When life closes a door, it opens a window, yes? What's the expected return on this?
You're deep into ultra-liberal territory now.
Very impressive. You've got a natural eye for unusual investment opportunities. I don't normally do this without a formal pitch deck, but to hell with it. What here's the round of seed funding? This should be enough to prove out the concept and get things off the ground.
Cha-ching! What'll it be? Speed? Vodka? Cigarettes?
Remember, it's not a handout. It's an investment.
The lieutenant stands there, dumbfounded. His mouth opens slightly, then closes again. Is he having a stroke?
No, I'm not having a stroke. You're just still full of surprises, most of them bad. But some...
The lieutenant has granted you an aura of legitimacy. Bathe in it, but don't let your satisfaction
Now, was there anything else I could help you gentlemen with? Traveling. This is a... By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly?
What the detective means is...
It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. There simply aren't enough hours a day to handle. Spending money is a smart, you know? Luxury yachts, high-fidelity portable radio systems, fail-proof outerwear, and so on. What? No, I did not say that at all. Being...
我没有增加任务，对不对？所以这个钱是给我的。
file cabinet stands steady as ever. Hundreds of, and the same that you already went through. Remember, Leo, all items on the list have been crossed out. The drawer slides shut.
Ooh.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin.
Yes, it was probably you. The service cloak issued to you by your station?
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it
Container.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to note.
Container. Everard. He looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey, I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on. Oh, yes. Born and raised in it, people say us Ubies are up to.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, that one. That should be it.
Told you.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. Oh, yes. I leave all kinds of. Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht. It's very.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol?
Yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm and. Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and. Oh, sure, mister.
He didn't actually understand what you meant. And now he's just nodding along.
Yes. I'm like Miss. Actually.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things. Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy, but she's a real nice girl. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
Yes, This place really seems to...
Well, thanks a lot. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you... Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them. Sure, mister. Oh, most of the... We're on a strike.
So, no...
Not but Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard's... Oh, I'm not really... Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably... No, I don't think they killed anyone. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them Sure, mister. Bye-bye now. Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be... Sure, mister. Oh, I'm just making some covers for...
Everything.
Oh, hey, mister. Sure, mister. Oh, I'm just making some covers for...
Everything.
Oh, hey, mister. Sure, mister. Oh, I'm just making some covers for...
Everything is so pretty and red. You and...
Oh, hey, mister. Sure, mister. Oh, I'm just making some covers...
Everything.
好，这2次问不出来，我就尿个尿就休息了。我的天哪！
Oh, hey, mister. Sure, mister. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them...
Everything is so...
Oh, hey, mister. Sure, mister. Absolute. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them
Everything is so pretty and red.
Sure is, mister.
I hate to break this bonding moment,